Welcome to the Make Every Day Amazing podcast. Do you want to do more with your life, but you feel the cards have been stacked against you? Once you learn that things happen for you, not to you, you can begin to see your own transformation in the mirror, and the people around you will know that you're on fire. This podcast will show you a whole new outlook on life and set you up for success. Your host, Todd Harmison, will help you make every day amazing.
Hey, good morning, everybody. How are you doing today? I'm doing wonderful. I'm so glad you're listening this morning. And I just got to take a moment. We're going to dive right into a little bit here and talk about this week. And you noticed I haven't posted a lot of podcasts. And this week, quite honestly, I've had to go back and draw upon my own messages to do withdrawals out of the amazing bank up here and use those amazing withdrawals to keep energized and keep moving this week and keep on the positive side of life. It's been a challenging week. It really has. It's got back, of course, last Friday, had the weekend here at home, loved the weekend and everything, and then went into work this week, and unfortunately I had to lay an employee off, and that just really, I've done it many times before. HR life, man, I have laid off thousands, honestly, and this one was much more difficult. This person has worked for me for many years, and I've seen this person as they've grown up in life, and as they've had good days and bad days and everything, and it really hit home, and quite honestly, it sucked having to do it, and but from a business standpoint, unfortunately, it had to be done, and it really has, quite honestly, it ruined my mood over the week, and I had to reflect last night on the positives and on the those amazing memories that I've made this week, being back home and doing things with my kids and having that upbeat moment just to kind of turn my mood around so I could get back and be the positive influence that I like to be, that I want to be, and that I'm going to be. That's what's going on this week in my life. And I did get to spend time with all my kids, actually. Last weekend, I got to see Jacob in Berkeley before he went back to the academy this week. And Jacob had another great week there. And so he's got 4 weeks down, 12 weeks to go. And then, let's see, what was it? Last night, went to dinner with my best friend Rob and his wife, Jennifer. And that's always a uplifting moment of laughter and reminiscing on stories and just a great, I talk about having that inner circle, and Rob is definitely one of those individuals that I keep very close in my inner circle. Just a great guy, great business person, and as always, I can count on him for uplifting and just kind of that motivational supercharge when I need it, and every one of us needs to have those kinds of friends. So when you're looking at your inner circle, and when you're down and you're really having a difficult time, who do you draw upon? Who do you go to? Do you have someone? Maybe it's a spouse, maybe it's a child, maybe it's a friend, a coworker. But it's so important that you have that person that's in your life that you can trust them to always be there for you, And when I say always be there, I don't mean to always be there and sugarcoat it. You know, I mean, I don't want Rob to, sugarcoat things and always make it glory and everything's just wonderful and perfect. No, I mean, he holds me accountable and will tell me, hey, I don't think that's the right thing to do, or, are you sure that's the right decision that you want to do, or let's talk about it. Maybe there's other options out there, or when I'm down and out and just, he just always seems to know when to even call, we just kind of have that connection, that bond. When I was in Florida working, I'd be working away during the day and, I don't know, it was a dull moment, maybe it was a down moment, I don't know. But all of a sudden, my phone would ring, and I'd look on the caller ID, and boom, it'd be Rob, What you doing, bud? Wow, that's a great, really, great moment for you to call. Thanks. Tell me what's going on back home. And, he'd always ask me, well, how's it going down there? How's Harm doing? How's the park running? And, we'd sometimes talk 5-10 minutes. Other times, maybe it was a 30-minute phone call. Depending on what he had going on, what I was doing, but it's just great to have those kind of people in your inner circle that you count on. You don't even have to say to them, hey, call me every Wednesday. I need that uplift. You don't have to say that. I don't have to plan it out for when Rob's going to give me a call. We just have that bond. We have that connection, and boom, he knows when there's, when it's the right time, he calls, or like yesterday I called him about something and, he couldn't get back to me, but he was in a meeting, and sure enough though, about 5:15 last night, he was on his way home and my phone rang and there he was, hey, what's up, buddy? And we talked and ended up, like I said, went to dinner and everything. So that's what life's about. You've got to identify who those people are closest to you. And maybe it is a spouse. For Sean and I, it's not necessarily just the spouse, I like having that connection with Rob and a couple of guys at, police department or, fire chiefs and, some other people that are in influential places, to keep in that inner circle, to get that other perspective, get that other side of a view when you're thinking about something or you're trying to weigh the consequences or making a decision. Do I do A? Do I do B? Yes, do I make the investment? Do I not make the investment? It's nice to have other people that you can draw upon that are in that inner circle that you can trust, that will look at decisions, weigh decisions, and help you make the best decision possible. So I challenge you to take a look at that inner circle. Who do you have closest to you that you trust, that has the ability to make educated decisions and help you make the right decision, not make the emotional decision, not make the gut reaction to immediately spend the money, not make that gut reaction to send off that nasty email or post something, derogatory on social media. Sometimes it just takes talking through a situation with a good friend, with someone that you trust, that can give you that other perspective to say, every action has a reaction. If you do this, then this is going to happen. If you spend the money on this, then you can't do this. If you make that post and you target this individual, what will that do to other common friends in the group? Or what will that do to future employers if they go back and look at your social media? Those are things that we all have to think about. I hope you find this message enlightening. I hope it finds you in a great place today so that you too can, say it with me, make every day amazing. Have a good one, everybody.
And that's a wrap. Another episode of the Make Every Day Amazing podcast is in the books. Thanks a million for tuning in. Before you go, could you do me a quick favor? Head over to iTunes or wherever you listen to your podcast and drop a rating for the show. Your feedback helps amazing people just like you discover this podcast. Speaking of amazing people, are you the next amazing success story in the making? If you're ready to tackle life and its lessons both personally and professionally, get on my calendar by going to speakwithtodd.com. Together, we're going to build you a path to success. Are you ready to jump on board? I'll see you on the next Make Every Day Amazing podcast.